getting loaded, so I'm at work right now. I think the plant broke down, so hopefully you can hear me. I just wanted to talk about a couple of things I see in the gym, a couple of things that I've experienced with workout partners. So we're going to cover a couple of topics. The first one is having a gym partner. Having a gym partner is great. It's perfect motivation. You guys can help each other out with form. Maybe you're doing something, you thought you were doing it perfect, and your gym buddy looks at you and like, dude, what are you doing? So you guys can kind of correct yourselves on what you're doing wrong, compliment on your goods. But the one mistake I see is normally you have a stronger guy and a less strong guy or girl. Now, I understand the need to want to keep up with your gym partner. But when you're trying to keep up with the same weight that the bigger one is trying to push, and you're obviously not as strong, maybe he's been working out for 3, 4, 5, 6 years, and you just started about, I don't know, a year ago. You need to do the weight that you can do properly. If you start pushing around weight that you cannot do properly, if you start doing bench press and the next day your shoulders are sore but your chest is fine, that tells me a couple of things. It tells me you may have pushed too much weight and lost focus on what you were doing. You were just trying to concentrate on getting that weight moving. And it also tells me that your form was not correct. These two things go hand in hand. If you're lifting too much weight, your form is going to suffer. If you're lifting too much weight, you're going to hit the wrong muscle groups. Now, if you're doing bench press, you need to be thinking chest, 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 chest. Not shoulders, shoulders. Move the weight, move the weight, move the weight. No. Chest, chest. Bench press is for your chest. Your shoulders will take a little bit of a hit, but the majority of this movement is chest. It's a chest exercise. You can leave the shoulders for when you do shoulder exercises. If your gym buddy's pushing 225 and you give it a try and you notice your chest isn't contracting, your chest isn't getting sore, your chest isn't getting a pop, drop that weight. Your gym buddy is there for a reason. Motivation and to watch your form. If your gym buddy says, hey man, I think you need to lower the weight, it's because he noticed one of two things. You're not hitting the target muscle and your form is suffering. If your form is suffering, that can result to injury. And if you're not targeting the proper muscle, you're not going to see the development you want. You could work out for 2 or 3 years, and if your form is not correct, if you're pushing weight that your body can't push properly, you're not going to see results, and you might wind up injuring yourself and taking yourself out of the game. Form is number one in the gym. Bad form can lead to injury. It can lead to loss of gains. The muscle group that you're doing, okay, we're doing biceps, bicep, 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 bicep. On that squeeze up and down, bicep, think bicep, tricep. Same thing, think tricep, tricep. Shoulders, think shoulders, shoulders. Traps, 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 traps. Lats, think lats, lats, lats. Try whatever you need to do to focus on that muscle. Contract that muscle, that specific muscle that you're trying to contract. Now, sometimes if you're not lifting enough weight, you can't get that contraction. You need to up the weight until you can feel that contraction. But be careful with the weight. If you increase it too much, you're going to start throwing your weight around or just doing something funky. You need to pick a proper weight that can get you maximum contraction. Like I said, if you're in there and somebody, your gym partner or just someone walks up to you and says, hey man, I noticed you're struggling a little bit, let me give you some tips. Or, hey man, I noticed you're struggling a little bit, I see you trying to curl the 40 pounders and you're kind of throwing your back a little bit. I think you should drop it down to 25 pounds. Don't take that as an insult. Don't take it as a personal challenge. Remember, when you are working out and trying to get that contraction, trying to get that proper form, that is way more important. It's way more, it's way more beneficial than just trying to throw weight around. If he tells you to drop that 40 pounds to 25 and you drop it down to 25, oh my God, whew, holy crap, where'd that pump come from? Hello, Mr. Pump, where have you been? That's what we want. We want that muscle contraction. It's a mind-muscle connection. And when you lower that weight, eventually you will find that mind-muscle connection. And when you find that mind-muscle connection, it's life-changing. I'm telling you. If you go from trying to push too much weight and just literally trying to move the weight, that's what powerlifters do. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with powerlifting. I myself, I really like powerlifting. But if you're trying to specifically make a certain muscle group grow, you have certain days: back day, chest day, bi day, tricep, shoulders, whatever day, leg day. You're focusing on that muscle group and you want that muscle group to grow. If at the end of the week or the end of the day you did legs and for whatever reason your back's sore, what are you doing? Why are you there? Go home. Just stop lifting weights. That mind-muscle connection is what you need. When you lower that weight, you will have the opportunity to gain that mind-muscle connection. I'm not saying you can't get that mind-muscle connection with heavy weights, but if you can't get that mind-muscle connection with heavy weights with proper form, lower the weight. Don't take it as an insult. Don't take it as a personal challenge. Don't see somebody curling 50 pounds and think, okay, challenge accepted, when the max you've ever curled is 30. I mean, it's just a silly way to think. What I'm trying to do is help you realize that if somebody walks up to you and says, hey, you need to lower the weight, just lower the weight. Maybe, I'm telling you, if you lower the weight and listen, if you lower the weight and think about what you're trying to do, not just, okay, I was told this exercise does this. The exercise will do what it's supposed to do if you think about it. If you're doing a lat pull down, you need to think lat, 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 lat. Because that could just work your upper back, it could work your arms, it could work your biceps. I've seen people in the gym doing lat pull downs get up and go, oh man, your biceps are so pumped. Oh yeah, not as pumped as yours. And I'm just standing there like, it's a lat pull down. It's not a bicep curl. Your biceps will take a little bit of that hit, but if you're looking for a bicep pump and a lat pull down, you're doing something wrong, because that's for lat activation. If you want a bicep pump, go do bicep curls. So really think about, okay, what muscle am I trying to hit with this exercise? And focus on that muscle. Flex that muscle, contract that muscle as much as you can. Eventually, if you can't do it, eventually you will figure out how to do it. And eventually you can start lifting heavier and heavier and heavier and heavier. But don't start heavy. Don't try heavy when you haven't learned that mind-muscle connection. That mind-muscle connection means everything with weightlifting. So yeah, hopefully this video helped a little bit. And if you have any questions, comments, let me know down below, and I'll make another video, try to explain anything I talked about this in more detail in another video. But until next time, I'll catch you later. And I really hope this helped. So go ahead, subscribe, like I said, comment. And if this helped at all, let me know. And you know, it comes down to my question: do you want this? Because I do. And I might not be a fitness trainer or a nutritionist, but I've been working out for a long time. And I think if you follow my advice, you might realize some of the mistakes you've been making. And I really hope that, if you're guilty of any of these things that we talked about in the videos, I hope that this helped you realize what you were doing wrong and how you can fix it. And again, if you have any questions about anything that we talked about, go ahead and comment down below, ask me anything. I'll try to the best of my knowledge to answer it, and if I can't, I'll maybe tell you who can. But until next time, guys, just keep that determination going, keep that commitment, stay strong, stay focused, don't give up. You got this.